This conference will now be recorded.
There we go. Good evening. The time being 6 p.m. I'll call to order the Tuesday, February 24th meeting of the 2026 meeting of the Tilton Planning Board. Let the record show that we do have a quorum. We are missing a couple of members, one due to illness. So I don't know if the other two are showing up, but hopefully they will show up just a few minutes late. Let's see. First on our agenda is Wilman Lopez, Planning Board case number 26-01, 148 East Main Street, map U4, lot 60, industrial zone, site plan. Continued from January 13th, 2026. Site plan review adding towing service and up to storage of 4 vehicles in mixed use zone.
Industrial.
I was going to say, I thought it was mixed use.
It's mixed use.
All right, I'm corrected. It's mixed use. I was just reading.
No, you read it correctly.
Okay. All right, so it's mixed use. No, that's okay. All right. So we will where'd she go? Do we have to go back through the application to make it substantially complete, or can we pick up where it left off?
I thought you didn't accept it because it wasn't substantial.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, I believe you're right, Catherine.
You are right. We did not accept it to be substantially complete.
Yeah.
So let's begin that process right now. So we're just going to go through your application to make sure it has everything, and then we'll continue. Ooh. There we go. Everyone had a chance to review.
Motion to accept to substantially complete the application. The planning board case number 26-01, William Lopez.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay. We got across the first hurdle. Tell us what you would like to do.
So basically, I was came in for to be able to park my tow truck in my property, and up to 4 vehicles. Came that was December. Sometimes in December, was sent to zoning, and zoning got approved. So with some conditions, as you guys could see. So I was just back here just to see if you guys agree with what they say, or I don't know what.
So there'll be no work done on cars.
No.
That could be like a fenced in impound type thing, that concrete pad.
Yeah, but, I was gonna fence it in, but when I came, Francois, it's a neighboring, the neighboring business.
Yeah.
He said, maybe you should just do it without the fence, because it's gonna look cleaner. And I think that's, it is, I'm not gonna have a mess there, so without a fence should be fine. So, but it's up to you guys. If you guys think fenced in would be better, then I'll fence it in. But otherwise, I'll just keep it open.
Usually, isn't an impound yard for towing to keep people away from those vehicles?
Yeah,
Like
if it's
owners that might wanna
impounded,
get things out of it?
yeah, that's what I thought. If it's impounded vehicles, but the Tilton Police Department has an impound lot, so
They
I don't
do.
have to have an impound. That'll be just vehicles, that don't have issues with the law, basically.
So
Well,
you
usually
don't,
for a tow company, it's for insurance purposes,
Yeah,
but you impound them. but-
yeah.
so do you not plan to be taking, I guess, impound related
Not impounded.
cases?
Yeah, it would be like an accident vehicle, not impounded, because you guys do have, or the city, the town has their own impound lot.
So staying on that same line with the concrete pad,
Yeah,
you're gonna be towing vehicles up to 4. I see the zoning board said no more than 4, maximum
Yeah.
of 4.
Mhm.
But these cars, broken down in wrecks. So aesthetically, that's gonna look pretty shabby. Well, I should say ugly, not shabby. So,
yeah, I could, yeah. I mean, maybe fence it in then.
well, I think for me, fencing it in would mean to try to hide the vehicles.
Yeah.
So that, because you are in a residential area, there
Mhm.
are some businesses around you, but,
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
I
It's
guess,
a mixed use area. Next door is they have plenty of vehicles there, and it looks pretty clean.
But on the other side of you,
Yeah, on this other side, yeah,
that's a problem in mixed use, isn't it?
yeah.
So is the proposed tow truck parking on the other side of the garage?
Yes.
Yeah, are you going to pave back there?
No, I wasn't planning on paving. Not at the moment. In the future, when I have, enough funds for that, then yeah.
Because my only concern is, I drive by it every day. Is
Excuse me?
I drive by your location every day,
hmm
and it's a hill, a little bit of a hill to go down to the back.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
just worried about runoff and where's it all going to go?
You mean
The rainwater, snow melt, where's that all going to wash off to?
Well, isn't
Well,
that an existing?
I think I mean, on the area that I'm gonna do concrete is gonna be for the vehicles that might spill anything, and I'm gonna have, the absorb all,
Absorption mats?
yeah. And the area for the tow truck, usually they don't, they don't have any issues like with leaks or anything like that. So I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
What's this?
So you're gonna put in a concrete pad to hold these 4 vehicles?
For the vehicles, yes.
Are you going to add the, well, I used to know what they call them. I'm gonna call them gutters around the edge to keep any liquids from
Yeah.
flowing off the pads?
Yes.
What the heck do they call those?
What is it?
You see-
Absorption?
No,
mats?
so you see them in gas stations by state law are required to have them.
The catchment system.
And that if you look, I think there's 4 of them, and they're just little troughs that go all the
like
way
the
around the perimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So
a
whatever
name-
runs off stays in the pad.
Well,
Yeah.
they're the depth and the width of them and the number of them are designed to hold a specific amount.
Yeah.
Grooves, for lack of a better word. Until they get full of snow. Specialty trade contract.
Do you have any lighting on the garage or down in that area?
Yeah. There's lighting. Yep. On the barn.
Downcast?
Excuse me.
Our ordinance requires it
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
downcast.
Mhm.
He's got those orange lights that go around his house.
Oh yeah.
You ever see them? That's how I know I'm like in the right spot.
Well, they change colors. I
They
think.
do, but they're orange most of the time I see them.
Yeah. I guess it depends on the season. You go by.
It's Halloween every day at your house. It's okay.
And how many tow trucks will you have?
2. I have one right now, but maybe get a.
Are you storing them in the existing garage?
Yeah.
Or
Well, the one fits in the garage, but the other one doesn't fit in there. It's a flatbed.
So you have a regular pull behind and then you have a flatbed.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Currently, I only have one. I bought another one, but it's not registered, so it's not. Basically, it's one tow truck.
Can the tow truck, the flatbed, is the pad's large enough to accommodate it?
For
So if you did not have 4 vehicles towed to your location, is the concrete pad large enough where you could park the ramp truck on
the
it?
ramp truck is. I mean, if you go by there, it's not parked back there. It's parked at the
Parked
front
up
of the
top,
house.
isn't it, right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it's in a
No.
driveway on the front of the property.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, let's talk about drainage, as Eric had brought up. Your lot, it does pitch down, and then in the back, because of the railroad, it pitched down, so it makes a gully.
Excuse me. It makes
Your property, there's a swale back there.
Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't. There is. So my property. I mean, obviously it's pretty. The water doesn't stay there. So I don't think I have a problem with that. I mean, I never had issues.
In the spring, if we have good thaws and rains, water does pool back there.
Probably before,
Doesn't
before I
stay,
owned
I
the,
mean.
before I owned the house. But I have, put material in there that's not, I don't have a problem.
Where
with
does the water go now then?
It goes down to the, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the water just, there's a runoff on the side there that's like in between the properties. And it doesn't go into my property. I don't have an issue with that.
Mr. Chair,
Yep.
there's a runoff from the state that comes down from across the street by Grant Street, that comes across the street in between GTM Landscaping, that comes into where the brush is in between there. That's a drainage that comes in there between the property.
And that goes all the way out, correct?
But you have a-
Sometimes that, if it overflows on the street, as we all know, that sometimes that does happen. I'm sure that it must overflow on his property.
You have a 60-foot driveway on the east side of your property and 10-foot wide driveway on the west side of the property. So those themselves are gonna bring runoff from Route 3 and snow melt
Yeah.
down to the back.
Hmm.
So is that a 60-foot? I don't think that's a 60-foot driveway. I think that 60-foot belongs to the print here. It's 180 feet
So
across.
it's
I
not a
think.
60-foot driveway?
I don't think it is.
It just says,
it's like-
it says existing driveway, this is 10.
No, this is, it says 60, it's 120 plus 60, the property, the
It's 180
frontage.
feet wide.
How
yeah, the
wide is
frontage.
that driveway?
It
The other
is,
one's
it's a two car,
Two cars.
probably about
15.
20 feet, maybe.
Maybe 20 foot. So nevertheless, both of those driveways are avenues for water runoff from the street and snow melt.
Yeah, they
I'm
run
trying
in,
to
they run into
decide
the,
if that creates an issue down there.
if there, I'm sorry, but if there was an issue, I wouldn't be building a garage back there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that's what I was
Thank you.
thinking. Like if that back area was flooding, then
That's
Yeah.
been, I've seen it pretty
wouldn't want
muddy,
a
but
structure back.
Yeah, I
there,
mean,
but-
it's pretty muddy when you go any, any place that's on, when it's mud season, there's gonna be mud everywhere. That's New Hampshire.
Plus, I mean, if
it's coming up.
when you have a
Well, just-
property that has a hill, it's
Well, you know what, where my mind is going with this, you have a runoff down in there and the backside of those properties, I get it to the east. The state put I'll call it a swale or one of their mini brooks. But to the west, between you and your abutting property, there isn't. So you get an oil leak, water comes down, is that gonna wash it to the neighboring property? Is it just gonna wash it to the back of your property?
Yeah, I don't think it can
Yeah,
flow
that-
into their property. That's
That's why I'm building a concrete pad.
Pardon?
That's why I'm building a concrete pad. So if there's any, like the vehicles that I'm gonna be storing on there they're gonna be on that pad. They're not
I
gonna be,
appreciate that, but
yeah.
I mean, could he put a curb
concrete is
on?
porous.
Could he put a curb on like the two sides and the back portion to form like a catch U, so that way any liquids that came out of the cars couldn't physically flow off the pad
Well,
unless
that's
you
what
had.
those grooves are for, that I think he needs to include in there. That's what those are designed for.
Because as far as like the elevation goes, I don't think anything would run
Condition.
out of the front up towards the street.
can make it a condition.
Yeah. I think it needs to be a condition. Well, perhaps we do have an ordinance in there that talks about runoff. You can't have your runoff onto somebody else's property, so maybe
right.
that will take care of it.
As long as, but we're not going to know unless someone goes checks it or the neighbor
Code
complains.
enforcement would have to
Yeah.
check, yeah.
I mean, so how does that impact every property on a hill though? Because like your property has some hills. There's definitely water that lands on your property and runs off onto like adjacent lots.
Well, it
And
runs
it's-
off to my lots. Not a good example, but I know what you mean. Anybody that lives on a hill, if somebody owns this, yeah,
And then they're getting runoff from the people
Right.
above them. And
right. And a lot of people don't because it's a condition that's existed for millennial, they don't complain until something has changed.
Yeah.
That's why I said
Then
I'm not so concerned with just the water runoff, because I'm sure Mr. Lopez is used to it with that lot. I'm just thinking maybe too far that could push oil or antifreeze or whatever leaks out of these cars onto the neighbor's property. But that in itself is a clear violation. Maybe we don't need to make a condition for it.
And
I'm
if
thinking
that
too
were to
much.
become an issue, then like putting in like a swale or something around the pad to redirect flow back towards it could probably
Yeah, or
resolve it.
just some kind of berm between him and his neighbor.
Yeah.
But
Or
again,
pile.
that could be enforced by code enforcement, not the planning board. So did we touch on lights? You've got snow storage. Oh, signage. Are you planning a sign?
Yes.
It doesn't show it on here.
Because
Or
I
did
haven't
miss it?
applied for signing or anything like that. So signing is gonna be, when it's approved or whatever, then I'll want to be asking for signs, and thing is not, it's not 100% there. I don't have a business yet, so why would I ask for a sign?
So at some point in the future, you intend
Yes,
to come
some point in
back
the future,
to the
yeah.
town to
Mhm.
submit an application to put up
A sign.
some kind of signage.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So we could have that application could just be attached to the site plan. I'm good. It's listed as a condition for the site plan, but he's got to comply with the ordinance anyway, so for me, it's
Well, I mean,
not a big deal. Just as me.
currently he's not looking to put a sign in.
Yeah,
So
and he-
therefore it's not under
he
the
doesn't
current
have
site
to.
plan, but yeah, at
Soon
some
as
point in
you-
the future, he'd have to meet all the requirements as you
So
said.
it's basically, as soon as you come, if it's approved, if you want to put a sign in, you got to come back before the board.
Before the board.
Or
No,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
got to come and,
see Pat.
he's got to
sorry.
come
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see Pat, fill out an application and comply with the ordinance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
And if
Yeah. Most important.
Yeah.
Show her the money.
That's
it
funny.
it wouldn't come back to the planning board
No.
unless there was some kind of like major variance, like if you,
Well,
for example, if you wanted to paint the entire front of his house as a sign, then that would be a whole.
It'd be a whole issue.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah. So I think the zoning board conditions and suggestions are all stuff that we should
So we should,
apply. And I think,
so the motion should contain those
Eric.
four.
yeah. And so I think spill mitigation
Oh, here we go.
is
All right.
broad enough,
Yeah.
along with Catherine's comments about the concrete drainage around the pad,
I
that
just
should
gave him
cover
the list.
everything.
Yeah, so here we go. I'll make a motion to approve, almost read zoning board. 'cause that's what it says on here. But everything I see says. Thank you. Planning board case 2601 with the following conditions. Maximum 4 vehicles. No maintenance or selling of vehicles. Impervious surface for storage of vehicles, spill mitigation, a fence to hide the cars on his concrete pad, and collection crews on the pad to collect waste.
Any fluids. that
Any
may come
fluids.
out of the
Spills, yeah.
cars.
And yeah, that's my motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Go forth and tow.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good luck. All right. Next week.
Got a couple of different things, so, containment curbing, still curb, in, electronics and industrial, like a bike wall.
Look at you in the
Yeah,
Googling.
thank you.
The Google, look at you using
I
that
thought
Google
it'd be
machine.
some kind of curb.
I put, you know how many I've put in my lifetime?
All right.
1,000?
Next.
Oh.
Next on it.
Too many. You all right?
Yeah. Sorry.
Mr. Chair, our applicant, speaking for our applicant from Divine Millimet is Chris, and I'm not even going to attempt your last name, Chris, but he is online as a presenter.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Chris Swiniarski from Divine Millimet, representing Granite State Condominium LLC. So what we're proposing is really quite simple. We're doing a condominium conversion of existing buildings. There's no physical changes happening here. It's just a change of ownership. So if you're looking at the site plans that we submitted, what we have are 9 existing 2 families, each on their own lots, and those would become 18 condominium units with a limited common area dividing line sort of down the middle. And then there are also some larger pieces of land shown on the site plan that would be common area to the entire condominium as well. So, I mean, really is that simple. There isn't a whole lot to say about it. These are all pre-existing, all owned by my client right now and rented out. And the idea is to make them available for actual ownership by people at some point.
So is it just the area that's identified on this as Bear Road?
Yeah, it's so those are the units. I mean, I guess you could say it's also.
Well, no, there's a lot of units on the map, one map that we have. So I just want to make sure that there's a lot more than 9, but I'm not good at math. So, but there's that. So, okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah. If you're looking at the first page of the site plan, that shows some abutting lots as well. So yes, the answer to your question is they're all on Bear Road.
Okay, thank you. Basically, they just want to make it condos. I don't know if it makes a difference, but in some of this other material that was given to us, it states Granite State Communities, and other stuff states Granite State Condominiums.
Oh, sorry, it is actually Granite State Communities LLC. Yeah, it's not Granite State Condominiums. I was actually glancing at the agenda, which has it as condominiums, but the name of the owner is Granite State Communities LLC.
So these are going from, the request is to go from duplexes to condominiums. Do we have the condominium agreement document?
The declaration was submitted in its draft form.
We only have a draft form.
Draft form?
Yeah.
Which
Sent it
means
out
it could
to you.
change? Well, it doesn't do, thank you, but it doesn't do us any good if it's just a draft.
Well, we can't do the declaration without the approval. Like in an egg situation. I mean, I'm happy to make any changes you'd like me to make to it.
Has anybody had an opportunity to read the draft?
Give me a second. I gotta find it.
Have you, anybody read the RSA that around condominium conversions? It's in front of you.
Yes, I read it online earlier today. And I guess
It's right in
Given-
front of you.
given that the RSA requires documents to be provided, would we need legal to review those documents to make sure that they're fully compliant with the RSAs? Because isn't that more or less contract law that we're being asked to decipher?
Did you say we have the RSA?
I didn't
I put it in front of you, Catherine, right there.
It's the
The one that says
Justia.
Justia.
Just here in front of you. And
Oh,
Oh, this one?
way over here.
Steal mine?
So,
I think particularly number 3.
Oh, I can't seem to locate my copy.
you want to take this one? I just read it.
Thanks.
Welcome.
There should be a couple laying on the table.
Yeah,
so-
there were, but I can't.
All right,
I stole them and I threw them away, I guess.
you can have mine.
Gave me another one.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. There was there it is. They can't change it from a draft unless we approve it. It's a catch-22 almost.
Well, no, I mean, this planning board
Yeah.
has done condominium versions.
Few and far
We're
between.
not presented with a draft. Down in Winnisquam, for example.
Yep.
Lord Hampshire, I think is the other one. I understand the applicant not wanting to go to the expense, and I guess we could.
It's actually not an expense thing. So, I mean, just to be clear.
Excuse me. I'm older, I'm going to forget my thought. If we read the draft, as the gentleman expressed earlier, he would make changes and we could go over the draft with him and create a firm document that way. Oh, goes through the chair. I'm sorry.
No,
He wanted to speak.
Oh.
I stopped him because I didn't
oh, I'm
forget my
sorry.
thought.
Sorry. You all set?
I'm all set for right
All right.
now. Thank you.
I'm going to call you Mr. Chris.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So no, it's not about an expense thing, but because these are more than 10 units, these do have to go through the Attorney General's process of registration and approval, and there are sometimes changes made in the declaration at that point. A condo declaration is never set in stone. The law doesn't allow that. The unit owners can amend a condo declaration at any time based upon the required votes that are listed in the declaration. So there's no setting a condo declaration as a firm document, and the law prohibits that completely. It's the exact opposite.
Segue into my next thought. So we all recognize this lot is non-conforming. It's in the agricultural area, but the duplexes that are there were there when it was deemed agricultural, so it's non-conforming. Changing it to condominium use would make it more non-conforming, changing the use. But the question the state would have you ask is there a negative impact on the neighborhood, on that area? And typically in condominiums, unlike the duplexes, it's a more of a transient type population. So there would definitely be an increase of traffic. I don't know if you're familiar with that area, but these are like little residential neighborhood blocks. It's not commercial back there at all. It's behind Walmart.
Mr. Chair, if I could answer that, the occupancy levels don't change. This is simply a change of ownership structure. There's no increase in traffic. The number of people who can live there does not change. And the fact that something is a condominium versus an apartment doesn't make it more transient in nature. It's the opposite. Condominium is something that people own. Apartments are something that people rent. Currently, right now, I believe they're on 1-year leases. So I'm not sure where the misunderstanding is, but there's no change here in real life. This is a change on paper and a change of ownership only. This is not an increase of a nonconformity of any kind. There is no change in real life. This is a paper change. That's it.
So typically condominiums, as I understand it, I've never owned one, the owners of them can rent them out, hence the transient population. The condo documents would tell you if, if that is so or not so, or,
You can,
But if they're all currently rentals, though,
they're duplexes, but
are they currently
Your
duplexes or
leases.
rentals, or they people, they don't own them, someone,
one person owns all 9 of them, correct?
Correct. My client owns all 18 units and they're all rentals. Always have been.
and you said they have 1-year leases?
Yes.
So they could,
well, they would still have a lease.
So it's just, something to consider.
Well, I don't think the rent
Well,
is going to go
so
up.
if the
I don't
condo
know.
sold while there was an existing lease, then the new owner would have to honor that existing lease.
Yes. However, there is RSA 356C provides the notice procedure that we have to follow. So like we can't sell it out from under a current tenant. We can offer it for sale to someone subject to the lease, but we cannot terminate an existing lease to sell it. So the leases basically have to run their course before we could sell it to someone, unless that buyer wanted to buy it subject to the lease. And that's all governed by state law.
It's weird.
Are
All the years
there,
I've been on the planning board, this is only the second time we've had condos.
Pat, are there other condos or apartment complexes in that area behind Walmart? Because I've only been in there a few times, but I thought it was a mobile home community.
It's all Rogers Development behind there. They own the entire complex back there. Manufactured homes that are out there are all Rogers Developments.
But they don't own all the
They-
homes.
They don't own all of them. But it's predominantly Rogers Development.
They created the development.
Yeah.
It's people that own mobile homes rent their lots from them,
Right.
but they're,
Well, so if they own their homes and they're renting
They rent
lots,
a lot.
isn't that a mobile
a-
home park or a co-op
Yes.
then?
Mhm.
Is the entire, I'm going to assume that Bear Road is not part of
That's
an
correct.
existing co-op.
It's on the end of Sherwood Drive.
So the entire area is currently a mix of single family housing and apartments in,
No, it's
Oh.
predominantly the mobile home park.
I think
but
Bear
aren't,
Bear Road, I think, is the only.
Bear Road
rental.
is the only homes, residential homes, other than the
That are rented.
but are owners of the mobile homes not allowed to rent them?
I don't know the
There.
bylaws.
Because I mean,
Anybody can rent their home, but a
outside of,
condo owner can, usually a condo is a second home, typically. I mean, I have family members that are visiting a condo. They don't live in Florida right now for the week. But typically, it's a second home, vacation home, if you will. Not all the time, but sometimes typically. Without the condo docs, it's hard to say. And while you're not using it, you can rent it, whether it's for a week or 2 weeks or. And
Uh,
as I said, the transient population, but again, with the condo docs, I don't know what their restrictions are.
But I mean, but all of these, this isn't in, short-term rentals are not allowed in this zone, correct? Because they're not in the,
Nothing that's in that zone is allowed there right now because it's agricultural.
Correct.
So what is there is grandfathered or non-conforming, if you will.
What's non-conforming?
Grandfathered.
Yeah, grandfathered in for the condos or the apartments, not the short-term
So-
rentals, though.
In order for something, Sandy, correct me if I'm wrong, please. In order for something to become grandfathered or non-conforming, it has to have been allowed when it was created. And what happened in this case, it was these dwelling lots, if you will, were created. And then the town turned that area into an agricultural zone, which made this particular piece non-conforming or grandfathered.
Right.
okay, so it was not agricultural when the duplexes were
That's
built.
correct.
So
It
they
was-
were
it was
made non-conforming after the fact.
After the fact.
Okay,
Right.
So now we have
So
what
now-
essentially is a change of use, asking to make them more non-conforming. But again, as I said earlier, the state wants you to ask yourself, is there a negative impact?
well, I mean, currently there
Non-conforming, making
are
do it.
the mobile homes and single-family homes also like non-conforming? Because I thought mobile home parks and co-ops were allowed to be developed in the rural agricultural zones
Well,
and single-family homes, obviously.
right.
They
but
might
when
just
these were
meet the-
created, when this was created, it was allowed. What is there was allowed.
Apartments and condominiums are not permitted.
And neither are manufactured homes in RA.
In order to build a single family unit on a,
Well, no,
in the
it is
agricultural,
permitted.
isn't it? Is it 3 acres? I know it used to be 6, but I think it's 3, but nevertheless.
674.
Without the condo docs, it's hard to decide if it's going to have a
This-
negative impact or not.
So as far as the single families in that area go, they're non-conforming only in the sense of lot size requirements, which were changed after the lots were already built. Okay.
Yeah, you can put a single family home in an agricultural area. It's like you said, it's lot size. I think it's 3 acres. Now you're gonna make me look.
What measurements?
I mean, if these were single family homes and not duplexes, it could still be a condo conversion because of the shared space, right?
Minimum lot size with sewers, either or is 3 acres.
3 acres
Yeah, 3 acres.
in an agricultural.
And minimum
I was just
minimum
curious.
frontage of 250 feet.
So I mean, if these were converted from rental apartments to resident-owned condominiums, it's not that they couldn't even be used as short-term rentals because they're in the rural agricultural zone. So I don't think you're going to see transients in the sense of, because if someone were to like rent out any of these proposed condos, they would have to do a 30-day lease at minimum,
If they owned the condo,
unless they were to live there themselves.
yeah, if I bought a condo, I'm only gonna use it a couple of weeks out of the year. I sure as heck would rent it out. But that's just
So I,
me.
I need, excuse me, Mr. Chair, I need to make a clarification
Without the condo
here
document,
because
it's hard to know.
Go ahead.
the facts are being distorted here a bit. You have the condo declaration. It's simply not signed and filed yet because it can't be for the reason I explained. These are not, the idea that condominiums are only 2 weeks a year, that's absurd. Large parts of America live in condominiums. This is not a vacation destination unless you're going to vacation at Walmart. This is a place to live for people. There is nothing to suggest that condominiums are a temporary place to live, just like the apartments are temporary. In terms of short term, these are subject to your laws just like anything else. They're not going to be short term rentals because they're in an area where anybody's coming for a short term rental. However, you have laws for that. This doesn't bypass your laws. It's subject to your laws. I think there's a misunderstanding of, there are lakefront condominiums in the Lakes region that people use as short-term rentals. That's not what these are. These are regular condominiums, and condominium ownership is a normal form of ownership. It's not different than apartment living, other than people can own it if they want to. That's the only difference between condo and apartment, is ownership. And that's all we're proposing to change. Nothing else in real life changes. There's no traffic. There's no change whatsoever. It's a change on paper of ownership.
So there will be no physical construction development as part of this. Everything already exists as far as the buildings, the roads, the common spaces, the shrubbery.
It's all there.
So
everything, no changes, no physical changes at all.
I mean, there's tons of condominiums around here that people live in year round.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it,
I'll take you to 20 of them tomorrow.
yeah, well, it's these buildings are going to be duplexes until they no longer exist. So, I mean, it's, if they were all sold individually, half of them would, half the units would stay as rentals because unless someone were to do a conversion into a single family from a duplex. So, I mean, if anything, I think this being converted to condos would result in a higher percentage of like full-term, long-term occupants. Because if you're buying a house, typically it's a 5 to 8 year payoff period. So you're probably not going to buy a condo and then sell it in 2 years unless something came up.
I didn't have the condo documents to read them, so I don't know what kind of condos these are,
I mean, it's,
what the restrictions are.
I mean, if
So I have a question.
Sure.
Hypothetically speaking, if a condo owner wants to use their condo as a short-term rental, they'll have to request a variance to the zoning board, correct? Because right now, RA does not permit short-term rentals at all.
yeah, no, there are only short-term rentals are only allowed in the resort commercial, which obviously this is not in the resort commercial, unless someone were to get a variance from the zoning board and then approval from the planning board.
So even if the declaration permits the owners to rent out their units, the owners of those units will still have to go to the board here to request a variance individually for each of those units. Right?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, if the ownership is divided, it's more difficult for all of those units to become short-term rentals than if they were all owned by
Because
one
each
person.
of those, each individual owner would have to come individually to say, I want to use my condo as a short-term rental, and we still would have the means to say, well, let's hear what the community has to say about that. In theory.
Yeah, I think the impact is really the potential of losing rental units in town because, these existing 18 units could all turn into, owner occupied homes. And then that's 18 rentals off the market.
But that's still 18 residents that chooses to live here potentially,
Yeah.
unless they're vacation owners, like was stated earlier.
That being said, it could turn out that the 18 people who live in those existing units all purchase those existing units, and there's no change in, tenancy for anyone involved.
Yeah, like I said, the condo docs should tell you what type of restrictions there are as far as leasing them, and et cetera, et cetera. At least the condo docs that I've read have that kind of language in them.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, that information is in the condominium documents. However, I just want to point out again that the condo documents cannot change your laws. So even if I had condo documents that said, yeah, you're free to, run a automotive body shop in your condominium unit, or you could do short-term rentals, you can do whatever you want. Doesn't matter. The ordinance in the town of Tilton doesn't allow it, and these remain subject to the laws of the town in Tilton. The condo declaration is not a document that governs land use as opposed to the ordinance. The ordinance governs land use. The condo documents govern the relationship among the various unit owners.
Here we go. There's
And again, those can be changed at any time by the unit owners. So it's not something to really hang your hat on in terms of the analysis, because that's the law. Any condominium 20 years from now, someone could buy all of the units and decide that they want to get rid of the condominium altogether. They could, 2/3 of the unit owners can get together and decide they want to change the condo documents. The law allows that. The law does not allow the condo documents to give them any right to vary from the law of the town of Tilton, though. They're still subject to it, no matter whether it's an apartment or a condo.
you can't go make it a bed and breakfast.
Well, they can, right? They'd have to get a variance from the ZBA and then come to you for site plan approval.
I'm just reading. Sorry.
You've got a digital copy of the.
Well, yeah, this is the email that we got the other day.
Pat, do you have any physical copies?
It's 35
declaration.
pages.
Oh,
35 pages long.
the declaration.
Declaration, the draft.
It's 35 pages.
It's long.
Do these typically get reviewed by our legal team when we've done condo conversions in the past?
Unless you make a decision.
Because all I know is I am not a lawyer, and I don't know whether or not the legalese is legal. So
Yeah, that's why typically the declarations aren't part of planning board consideration. I was a little surprised that was a request. It's just not really within the purview of land use regulation.
well, is that a new RSA change?
No,
No,
Oh,
it's not.
it's been forever, so it's part of the, I've given out my RSAs, so if you look at the RSAs, it's very specific on the 356, and it has 2 pages on the bottom. There's some things about, I can't remember, utilities and things like that you need to know what's there, what's not there, what there's very specific information that they have to have in the draft or otherwise copy of the
Absolutely.
declaration.
Yep, we do have to have all of that, and that's why we have to go through the Attorney General's process of approving this before they can be sold to the public. And that the Attorney General regulates that, not municipal planning boards.
Chris, is that in the declaration now? What assets
What?
that are in the buildings now, is that in the declaration now?
The assets? What do you mean by assets?
Utilities, appliances, things like that?
That's in the floor plans. Basically, if you look at the floor plans, and that's how the law works and defines it, is that what is inside the drywall is the unit. What is outside of the, or I guess behind the drywall, is the condominium. And again, this is state law. Assets in terms of like appliances and things don't factor into the ownership, just like a house. When you buy a house, the appliances in the house can come with it, or they might not. It's not set one way or another.
I think she's referring to section B as to expenditures made on all repairs, maintenance, operation, or upkeep for the last 3 years. And the cost of replacement for like major systems such as heat, hot water
Oh,
heaters.
look, I found more.
Right. So what's the question? Like what follows on the unit owner and what falls on the condominium?
Is what Nate is reading to you right now, is that in the declaration that they're reading now? Can you answer that?
The obligations of who pays for what? Yes, that's what's in the declaration. That's pretty much
Is it
the,
listed?
that's what the declaration is. And I'm happy to make any changes that your council wants made if that's it seems like if that makes the board more comfortable, that's fine by me. I have no issue with that.
Can we send this to legal review?
Mhm.
I mean, I think sending it to legal is the best option because they're gonna be able to tell for sure whether this is in compliance with the RSAs and provide any changes that would be necessary for it to be in compliance. And even if ultimately we only have a draft version to approve because there's no other version available before the approval and it goes to the state, we could have a condition that the draft version has to get approved by the state, which, I mean, obviously it does, or the project doesn't go forward, but just as far as ensuring there's no kind of, I guess, bait and switch situation, for lack of a better phrase, with it technically being a draft in the current state. Because there won't be a final until it's all done, which is well past whenever we make a decision on the case.
I'm definitely fine with that. That's the law anyway. So that's the way it has to happen, but it can certainly be memorialized in a condition as well.
So is that the suggestion, to continue it and send it off to the attorney?
Yeah. That's, I mean, I would like to have our attorney review it. It's just, I mean, I've read this a couple times and it's lengthy. No offense. It puts me to tired world. So, but I think we need to send this to, my personal opinion is, I think it needs to go get someone that speaks to speak. Anyone else have?
I agree, and I don't think that changes timelines in any sense, since this is a draft.
Well, it's going to be draft until it goes to the state.
So is that a motion?
I'll make a motion that we continue the case and
The application.
oh,
Yeah.
we just jumped right into it.
I would like to. So I think we would need to, or at least want to, accept the application as complete or substantially complete, right? And then send it.
Well, it's not a site plan review, is it? It's a,
Yes, it is.
is it?
It's change of use.
Change of use. All right. So now I'm confused because I didn't do it the right way.
Well,
I mean, I'd like to,
we're gonna continue it anyway,
Yeah.
so whether you accept it as substantially complete now or
we'll do that
when we
at the
get
next
back
meeting.
to it.
Yeah, well, I guess
Whoever's taking the minutes, please make a note that we need to accept it as substantially complete. Thank you. So I would make a motion that we continue this to our next meeting and send the draft of the condo docs to legal.
second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? When's our next meeting? Do we meet March 10th or do we not meet March 10th?
No, we don't meet
Okay.
election day, ever.
March 24th is
Okay.
I'm sorry, March 24th is our next meeting.
All right. March 24th. We'll see you in a oh, that's a month. Today's the 24th. All right. Yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion passes. We will see you in a month.
Okay, thanks very
you.
much. Have a good night, all.
Thank you, too. All right. What's next? Hold on.
You have minutes, and then I have you for a few minutes.
Well, next, if I want to go in order,
Okay, whatever you want.
I'll go in order. We got the master plan update. That's Sandy Plessner and Pat
I
Constantine.
spoke to you for a minute before that. I just have something that came
Ooh, exciting.
This is a code enforcement that a couple of folks from planning board have called in a code complaint. And a long time ago, Catherine had brought it to our attention. It was a site plan. I followed up on it. We got a complaint. I just, for your viewing only, it became legal. So I'm going to read you I'm going to have you read the response. I've made you copies. I just want you to read it because it's very important that you know the difference.
Just
This is
before
on,
we read it though, should it be done in non-public?
nope,
Okay,
no, we're
I
good.
just want
Let's
to make
look.
sure.
It's Laconia Avenue. You'll all be familiar with it. You just don't yell it out. And so I just want you to all know about it.
Laconia Avenue.
After a while,
Laconia Avenue.
after a while, people think that, well, you're not paying attention, Pat. And you'll know that I did pay attention and what reflected. The letter that I wrote is only this one. I got back, it's been a while, but I didn't follow up on it because I was. Just so you know.
I'm sorry.
Yep. I thought you'd enjoy that.
Oh, just gotta Google. I don't know where it is.
Read it. I've gotten a lot of calls lately, so
Oh,
yeah.
all right. I know where that is.
Now you can read through it and you'll know the difference between them, so we can all educate ourselves. Okay, now we're up. Where's our stuff?
I have some questions, and that's primarily what we want to talk about. I have my.
So are we sending this off to the attorney?
If you would like me to, I have absolutely no problem doing that. It's been on hold because it is a very different, those are allowed in that area. So,
I think the site
um,
plan was very specific, and the minutes would indicate that the applicant stated himself.
I couldn't agree more.
I swear that that's what he said, but I would have to listen to tape.
It is what he said. He
My
still-
memory, if I was to put my head on a Bible, I would say I recall him saying it was only, and at the beginning there were a couple that was just a temporary
Mhm.
because they arrived too early or something like
Correct.
that. And
Yep, right.
and
And now there's more.
No,
was
it's
like-
gotten out of hand.
Oh,
oh, I thought I counted 5 the other day.
then there's more.
I was
I was
driving.
there yesterday, there was 4.
I didn't. I had gloves on, so I couldn't count very well.
All right.
So.
So if you'd like me also at the same time, I'm going to legal, I will.
You're gonna have a 2. Maybe they have a 2-for-1 special. So do you want this back?
I will take it. I'll shred it.
Yes, please.
I would suggest that we authorize her to go to legal with this because you're just gonna get in the back and forth, and it's not gonna do
No.
you any good.
Right.
No.
Or us.
Or I was going to say, or the
Right.
town.
Nope.
All
It's
I'll collect that.
Thank you, Pat.
thanks.
You're welcome. It's an education anyway.
Interesting. When did I go by there? The last couple of weeks.
Going by Saturday, and there was quite a few there.
Well, they're like
Okay.
doing site work.
Huh?
They're doing site work. They're like
All
digging.
right, so we want to talk about the master plan now.
Boy, when was the last time that was updated?
2013.
All right, that's what I thought.
So we've been delving into it a little bit and looked at it, and we also contacted Concom. We talked with Kathy and Chuck, because there's a certain, a large portion of that Concom needs to update. Sandy came up with some questions. They're in front of you. Everybody got them? Some questions. Of course, you know, planning board, just so Yohei, you'll know, planning board is the one that does the updating of the master plan. So we're here to assist.
We also want to pick your brains so that we have a good understanding of what you do and don't want to see in your new master plan. It doesn't do us any good if we come up with a whole master plan and it's not something that you necessarily would have wanted to see the direction go. So part of the reason for being here is to get a better idea of what it is that you expect So as we're mapping out a rough draft of what the new one should be, it will be what it is that the planning board wants to see as the future and the direction you want the town to go or not go, depending on how you feel about it and the research. And also what you have seen meeting after meeting as far as what's coming in and how you feel like that's going to fit with the town. Do you want to continue with stuff like that, or do you want to change, encourage some kind of a change or open lands, whatever it is that you want? And that's really why we're here, is to get a better idea of where you think the town should be headed, so that we have something that we can then bring you information to go along with what your thoughts might be. These questions are just to
No, you
try
gotta, you
and-
gotta go into the microphone.
Oh, these questions are really just here as to get an idea. If you go through them all, give thoughts to them, and then get back to us on exactly what it is, how you're feeling about each one of these, so that we can sort of plan the direction we're going to go.
The other thing, if you want to be on like sort of kind of a subcommittee with us, helping us update it, we welcome it. Kathy Mitchell wants to be on that, helping assist us.
Jane Alden said she would be.
Jane Alden said she would like to be, but the other thing is that Kathy had suggested, I think they did this before, was to do a survey of the residents to see what their vision or what their expectation of what they want to see in the town. I think that's how she put it. I hope I did that justice.
That's always interesting and helpful, but most people have never read the master plan,
Mm.
unfortunately.
It's very interesting. I had the unforeseen pleasure of going down and trying to find a 1990 plan, but I did come across the 1994 master plan downstairs in the basement.
Was that the last one before 2013? Wow. Aren't you supposed to do it like every 5 or 10 years?
Mhm. Well,
No, I
yeah,
think it's 10 years, isn't it?
it's 5
10.
to 10. Yep.
You start on year 5, and by the time you're done, you're on year 10.
By the
Well,
time
most-
everybody agrees,
Yeah.
Right,
So
so every
it's-
5 years you're
It's
starting the
usually
process.
considered, so once you have a master plan, it's considered an update
after that,
because it's considered a perpetual document.
yeah.
Right.
Unless, something has happened that completely
Well,
changes.
There
what
were a
your
lot
town-
of changes to laws, for lack of a better word,
Well, yeah.
that the legislature put through this past session.
Unbelievable. I mean,
Yeah.
just look at our zoning alone, just the zoning ordinances alone have changed. But when you actually look at the demographics of the 2013, we no longer have our PD. We no longer have different areas which we thought we would. We didn't have Salmon Run at that time, I don't think.
Nope.
So
PD.
there's a lot of things that we,
Well, we had the PD right over here, and now it's up on.
Oh,
Seymour
we didn't
Road.
we
have
don't
the
have the new
new-
PD.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
And
okay, all right.
we have.
Yeah.
I know you've mentioned some things coming down the pike with some of the commercial properties, and
Mm.
be interested to. I'm dying to know what some of those are, but I think we can shape, because if it's a revamp of that property, we have a multi-million-dollar resort that's built in town now. There's that was not, I mean, that what is that, 36 acres? I mean, that was a lot of piece of property. We don't have that many big parcels of land left. There's one over by the school, across the street from the school. It's all on this end of town because we don't have the infrastructure there to support a lot of what's needed down there.
Mhm.
You have several,
Or up
On the
on
west
School
side.
Street, yep. And then, yeah, we do have some,
Yeah,
you know,
but
like the
School Street
Dawsons
though,
and stuff, Wadleys and,
School Street is
yeah.
I'm talking about for commercial development.
Oh,
You're-
commercial, yeah.
Yeah, School
Yeah.
Street, you're not gonna.
Well, we
develop
don't want
commercial.
them on there either.
No, no.
Did I say that?
Well, it doesn't fit with the character of the town.
No, it doesn't.
Main Street, Route 3 is your main commercial corridor through town.
And that's the idea of the master plan, is to get them in the area where you really want commercial in this area and residential in this area, and, you know, it maintains the glory of your,
And the
and
veteran,
our master plan reflects that
Yeah.
currently.
Right.
the veterans home is changing. I mean, think about where they're going. They're changing to adapt to the times. You know, I
But
mean, the
that's
world's
all-
changed since 2013.
That's all in the current master plan.
Yeah, but they have they're going to be building.
I
They're
know.
more single.
No, so
Apartment.
that went
Between The
away.
existing
They
and
lost the
School
funding
Street, they're
for that.
putting in a
Oh, they
wing.
did?
what's that?
So they,
They're putting a wing in between School Street and the existing building.
yeah. So they're adding more rooms in order to get all of the residents into single room situations. So they're not doing like doubles or triples, except for couples. Apparently they've got a couple.
There's right now, there's a huge redevelopment going on at Tanger in the next 18 to 24 months. They're going to redevelop that entire,
Well, that's what I was.
yeah.
What's that saying without saying?
No, I mean, it's a known thing right now that they're in the works right now to do that.
Yeah, but they have to come before the town to.
Yeah, they are. They're going to do it.
Yeah.
And they're going to
said
do it
Irving.
and do it right.
Yeah.
But that's what their plan is.
Well, it's just weird because Route 3, you're kind of hamstrung by the railroad on one side, you know, and the river. You don't have a lot of space.
Yeah. I
The problem
still
with Route
think we
3
need a-
is you have a lack of municipal water.
Yeah, you get into Lockmere Village, they can't handle.
Lockmere Village is at capacity.
Well, hold
Um,
on. Natural gas is at capacity.
yeah.
But at least as an alternative to, you have propane.
Right.
With municipal water, your alternative is a
Did-
Dug or artesian well.
There's also issues tying into the sewer force main that goes into Belmont.
Right, and there are areas, for example, it goes from where I live at the foot of the hill, there is no sewer between Silver Lake Road
Mhm.
and Manville.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
it stops at Manville.
you have a number of parcels.
There's
in
no
there.
ledge there at all.
Pardon?
There's no ledge there at all. That would make that project really expensive. There was sarcasm. in
No,
there.
there's no ledge there.
What, on Route 3?
Oh,
Not in that area.
wow.
Yeah.
Only because I only know that because I have a hydrological study that was done in that area.
That's magic then, if there's no ledge there.
Yeah.
Where is there no ledge here?
I
in
mean,
Tilton?
there's,
I was gonna say,
There's ledge everywhere, but
there's ledge here and there everywhere. But-
I got ledge in front of my house.
Mhm.
So those are some of the drawbacks for the west. And on the eastern side, the sewer ends. Oh, does it end at Deer Street? Right by the school somewhere it ends. There's
This
no
is the school's
municipal-
on the sewer. isn't it?
sewer ends like right before the
I don't know.
highway depot, DPW.
No,
No, I don't
sewer
No,
doesn't go
before
down
that.
that far.
Doesn't go
highway-
down that far.
Yeah,
think.
It doesn't even
goes
reach
to
the
school.
dunks.
Doesn't go,
it stops right near the school
the school,
on Route 3.
before you get to the home improvement.
Oh, Sear, yeah.
And it doesn't go up Clark. You have parcels up there.
So where's it go? When I'm at the veterans home, if I flush, where's it go?
Pardon?
If I'm at the veterans home and I flush, where's it go?
I think that goes down Winter Street.
Winter Street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
if you go to the veterans home and like take that, if you're going up the hill and go right, they don't have any services in that area.
So it's interesting.
Didn't the town agree to something on this with someone? Dari or something?
But it didn't work out.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know.
So you have
No, I
Sandy
just,
and I.
So is
How wonderful.
is the
I'm excited.
master plan going to need to change substantially in order to comply with state law?
No.
No, not really. I think it's just really, I think you have conservation's going to change a little bit. And I think our assets, our numbers, you know, like the police numbers and DPW, that your assets are going to change, things like that.
Right, but aren't there now aren't there now areas that previously you couldn't do like apartments or commercial or residential that
Well, that's
now,
entirely up to what we change or who changes. Or
well, no, it did,
what is it?
Residential, the dwelling units,
Oh.
the state law, it does say that they can only, is where they're allowed now.
right,
In other
but
words, they're not, you can't put them in the industrial because it's not allowed.
well,
Right.
can't they
But
now
the
convert
volume of them, the
unused
number of
commercial
them has
space?
increased.
But can't they now use unused or underutilized commercial space and transition it to residential?
Yes.
And
If
can't workforce
residential is
housing
allowed.
essentially go anywhere
No,
now?
according to what the state has passed, it doesn't matter what your zoning is. If you have available commercial, you can put housing in there according to state.
Okay, I thought I read that
Residential
it has,
housing, yep.
it
Yep.
has to be allowed.
So if I had,
No.
But at any rate, so those are the things
They
that
could
would
do like
change the
workforce
look of our,
housing development in
our,
what
that
we've
would
zoned
change our
commercial.
master plan a bit,
Right.
where housing wasn't allowed before, it is now.
Well, I was gonna say too, I was part of the 94 rewrite and also part of the 2013. At the time, housing was not an issue in this town, but getting some commercial property was something to help take care of our taxes so that they didn't decline substantially. And I think they did a very good job of that. The zoning districts were set up for these sewer. We had no sewer and there was no water pretty much once you left town all the way to the border. And of course, now that's changed. So when you're looking at or considering what you want to see for changes, I don't know if you want to try and get more on the books as far as apartments, more homes. I mean, this is, how you feel about it. Also, whether or not, if you want to look at the different zones, the zones were set up originally in the 90s with larger lots because they were going to need septic and water. So now you have some zones, and I'm not going to say you should or you shouldn't, it's up to you, where you could cut down the overall minimum lot size. Because now in areas where you have water and sewer, because that was the primary reason for keeping larger lots, because you need the room.
also cuts down on development too. So.
It would cut down, yes.
Yeah, I still don't understand why we're in the business of deciding how large a lot needs to be without water and sewer when the state decides whether or not you can put a well and septic on a property.
Well, actually, our variance, as far as distance from septic for your well, is greater than the state's.
Yes,
Really?
Yeah.
It is.
yes. So, we have our own, the requirements. And of course, with the state, you can be more stringent than the state. You can't be less stringent. So,
That's some good thinking.
I definitely support the idea of like holding either information sessions or sending out mailers or
Yellows are expensive. It's
some kind of online survey. Like I know a lot of people use like free Google Forms things to get, feedback, but they can also be abused. And
It would be interesting to see how our residents see the future of our town.
Yeah,
Um, you know, what are they opposed to the state saying, you know, housing, housing, housing? Are they for it? Are they for commercial, more commercial? You know, what do they envision our town to look like?
I
mean,
think that
20
would be
years
really
ago,
interesting,
people were
yeah.
still
Mm.
wanting it to be a little farming agricultural community. Well,
Right.
keep in mind with surveys, the fire district did a survey
yeah,
with UNH.
yes.
And they sent it out to all mailing addresses within Tilton and Northfield. And I could be wrong, but it was less than 500 responded.
I think it was like 7%, wasn't
It
it?
was, yeah, it
It
was,
was small.
It was dismal.
Really?
it was surprisingly low.
Mm.
But, you know, a lot of people, you get junk mail. You just, oh, that's junk.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, couldn't we put something on the website and then, you know,
everyone can.
get the information out there that we have a little questionnaire
A fillable questionnaire
on the
on the
website? We
website.
could, you know,
And can you
what
announce
is
that at
that?
the,
Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Facebook or TalkTick or something.
Well, talk
So-
to
Duck.
Maybe we could have Tim create like an email address, for the town for residents to send, their opinions or ideas, like, master plan, 2020,
well,
whatever at
you could potentially do
Tilton.org.
some, and I don't know. You can insert things with tax bills, right?
No, you can't send stuff with the tax bill.
I thought that.
Pretty sure.
I know,
The only other
We
thing,
tried to get Cindy to do it for years and she said, no, you couldn't.
can this be added as an
newsletter.
agenda item at the town hall meeting coming up?
Remember the
Yeah,
updates.
that's-
It's in updates to the tax bills.
You would have to talk to the town moderator.
Right, but that's a possibility, right? To just
What's
have a
that?
quick blurb at the town hall meeting coming up to say, hey, we're rewriting the master plan and this is the email address to send suggestions, or just have a survey that's available there.
Yeah, I mean, we could have some kind of physical documentation.
Problem
even
with
if we
the
can't.
surveys, you have to be able to geolock it so that you don't have people in
doing more, multiple.
Nigeria submitting what,
Yeah.
Well,
Pay
you just,
$5
if
for
you did it
1,000
on the
results.
website, you'd have to have, people would have to say, you know, this is my name, this is my address.
How long do you envision this taking place, or how long would it
Within
take?
the next, within this year. Well, we hope, right?
Yes,
I hope.
So,
a year being by town meeting next year or
Yep.
by
Yep.
the end of this year,
Absolutely.
or
so if there's a once a month
how many
time
months, 2 months?
dedicated at the planning board for the
Mhm.
public to show up to have an update or to voice their feedback, then this will be the venue for that to be available for the public.
Well, I mean, does it even need
Every couple months or so.
to technically be planning board related? We could have like a monthly meeting at,
So-
the community center room, the police station, or at the library, or
Yeah.
here.
I
or
think we're going to
something.
plan on those anyway.
At the you could do it at the
Yep.
senior center. You could
Yep.
do it
Mm.
at the
Yep.
police department. Get
Right.
different people in different parts of town.
Get
Right.
people different parts, right? And I think we're going to plan on that anyway, just to
Right.
have those kinds of sessions, just to kind
I
of
mean,
get there.
we could have a booth at the farmers market when that starts up again, because I know that
But
gets a
that's
lot
not
of local
strictly Tilton
residents.
residents.
Yeah.
It's most-
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not-
show us your ID
Well, the
before,
senior center
before you
isn't
answer
either.
questions.
Yeah, we can't talk to you. You live in a different town. Sorry, there's a trap door. See ya.
This is not your master plan.
A little shoot to send
Yeah.
back.
What'd you say? Canterbury? Boom.
Yeah.
done.
I didn't want to name any specific town. I'm just saying. But no, well, I'm excited to see what happens.
All right.
but it's all with all of you guys too. I mean, you can participate and help us, or at the very least, send us your ideas. Or when we come back to update you as we're progressing along, you know, that's the time to say, well, I don't really like that last paragraph at all. I don't want to see something like that. Or why didn't you put this in? You know, so that we can go forward.
I just thought for fun, we should just scan it and throw it in AI and see what they came up with.
Right. It's like,
Just for
it's like the,
giggles.
it's like the human resources manual. There's one human resources manual. Everyone copies it and that's it for their needs.
That's it. That's it.
I
Well,
think the
what do you-
state's new laws are gonna affect it the most.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you mean
Yep.
we can only have a 200-foot high skyscraper on Route 3 along the water?
For God's sakes, anybody says parking garage in the downtown, I'm gonna,
Yeah. If
That's
anybody
my
says
dream.
that one more time, I don't know where people are getting that.
You don't know
Really?
my dream. Listen, you want
you
to know
really think we need the expense of maintaining a parking garage?
listen,
Somebody
listen.
said, well, Pat
mean, if
said
it made
parking
enough money.
garage.
No, here's my, you ready?
Yep.
Ideally, it would build a fire station over the river. But since that probably isn't feasible in any of our lifetimes, put a fire station on the first level of the parking garage, and then you have parking on top.
That's an interesting theory. Who's gonna pay for the parking garage, the fire district?
Half the fire
I
district
kinda like that.
in the town of Northfield. They'll pay for 40% of it or 34% of it. All right, moving on. Approval of the minutes of 120. Didn't we have a meeting in February? Oh, this is February.
February 10th was canceled.
I'm gonna have some more of that.
February 10th was canceled.
You're funny.
All right, have a chance, take a look at the minutes if you have not already. This was our public hearing on zoning amendments. And all the people that showed up.
He lives over here. Next to Descoulias's.
All right. Everyone have a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve the Tuesday, January 27th, 2026 Planning Board minutes as written.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second.
2 seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Do we have anything else that needs to come before this board this evening? I would make a motion to adjourn at 7:38.
Oh, I have one more thing.
Oh, you almost.
Happy birthday to Catherine tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, if I had known that, I would have gotten her a cupcake.
Yep. She wouldn't have eaten it.
Almost made it through. Thank you.
Today's your
remember.
birthday. Da-na-na-na-na.
All right.
All right.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. We are adjourned